Okay, so now we've finished the dry brushing layer, and you can see that all of the tones of the painting are looking nice and smooth, nice blends and graduations, and especially these feathers around here are creating a sense of layering and depth, which is looking really good. So just a couple of little jobs we need to do before we get on to the detailed layer, and that is to mix the right yellow for this. Put this down here to kind of show you, and then to add another base coat of white to the neck feathers here, and then we'll move on to the details layer. Okay, so we're trying to mix a warmer yellow, which is actually kind of a light orange or a yellowy orange, so it's pretty easy really, just mixing a tiny bit of red with it and just trying to get it here. Now if you do want to color check, sometimes what you can do is just add a little spot beside where you're painting and you're copying, and that will show you that it's looking about right. Definitely a lot better than the cool yellow that we had before. So again, it's quite a thin color, so we're going to need to add in a few coats, but we'll just start off with this now. And I'm also going to use the fine brush, because as you can see along here, there's pieces of pollen just kind of nestled along there and here, and as we kind of create a couple more details in there, or a couple of layers, we'll add more in. There's also a little highlight here, so it's a little bit lighter in there, and actually a little bit darker or more orangey just down the bottom here. But we're definitely going to need a few coats to kind of get that looking good. Now while we've got the colour, we're just going to use that to paint these pieces of pollen here. And when you're painting something like this, just put the paint on nice and thick, and it will probably still need another coat as well. And then what will happen is that colour there will reference that colour there, and we'll just create a sense of kind of coming or tension, drawing those two together. Now I'm just going to mix it into a slightly orangey, more orangey tone. We'll use that a little bit later when we put some details into the rest of the flowers. Now we have a nice clean brush. Now we're just going to do another coat on the white, and what we can start to do now, actually we'll just do one more pure coat of white, but once we have done another coat, you'll see it's slightly darker around the bottom, and there are some little individual lines going on in there. So we'll probably bring those in the next coat. So just another quite thick coat of white, and just trying to think about brush strokes and the direction of the feathers kind of moving like this. So if it is going to show some brush strokes, just to kind of do them in those directions.